just when I met you that I could make you mine. And I'm walking on the water, and I'm wasting all your time, all your time, all your time. And I knew just what I wanted from you, so I do, well I do. And I wanted you to promise you'll be true, you'll be true, you'll be true. And I'm looking at the color and the poison in my mind. And I'm drinking her tequila, and I'm puking out the wine, out the wine, out the wine. Well, I'm flying with my brains out, and I'm walking on the line, and I'm drinking your tequila, and I'm puking out the wine, out the wine, out the wine.
All right, welcome to Audio Carnage Podcast. Today we have Nick Papaioannou under his project Nicky. So thanks for coming out this way. I know you're from Austin and it's a bit of a drive.
Thanks for having me.
So when did you start this iteration? I know you've had like different bands, but when would you say that this solo project you started forming?
When did I start performing?
When did you start forming this solo project?
Probably like 2 months ago, to be honest.
Fairly recent?
Yeah.
What spurred it?
Oh, well, I took a 2-year-long break from playing music.
So did most of the world.
Yeah. I moved to Washington for a little bit and then moved to Austin. And I went from playing like 4 shows a week and practicing every other day to like just doing that'll burn you out. So I just
Yes, it will. You
needed
need to just be
a
like,
reset.
nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you originally from?
Kalispberg, Texas, but I was born in Maine.
Oh,
I was raised in Texas, but I
When
was
did you
born
move
in
from
Maine.
Maine?
I was 2.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What would you say that your favorite local venue is? If you, we can talk like a DFW venue and Denton DFW venue, and then also throw in an Austin venue since that's where you're actually from, like currently.
Favorite venue, local venue would probably be a tie between Club Dada, Three Links, or Trees.
What?
In Dallas.
Okay, what about Austin?
In Austin, it was Beerland. Yeah, but Beerland's gone.
That does sound like a pretty
Yeah,
interesting
it was
location.
a cool punk rock club. It was right on 6th Street, and now it's just clubs and Chad bars, you know?
Oh, it happens.
Yeah.
They can charge a lot at those places.
Yeah, exactly.
So what would you say the best concert that you've ever been to?
Best concert that I've ever been to. That's a tough one. I've been to a lot.
Like if you had to narrow it down to 1 or 2, like best event that you've ever seen.
Probably in 2016 I saw Angel Olsen on her My Woman tour, and it was one of the most beautiful shows I'd ever seen, and it was at Trees actually, and it was cool because all the like younger women in the audience like had the same fucking haircut as her. Like they were like, it's so inspired that they even changed their fucking hair to look like her, and I was like, wow, that's pretty big, you know. It was really cool to see that.
You said 2016?
Yeah.
That's really cool. What's your favorite show that you ever played?
Favorite show I've ever played? Ooh. This one.
Garbage answer.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
I mean, you can figure this out. Like, well, it could be the
Probably
one
South by Southwest. Or the last year they had it with the Pleasers. That was fun. It's just
That's a big festival, so
Yeah.
that's a good show.
yeah, it was a fun experience.
What's some of the other bands you've been in? I know you've been into many, but what would you say are the most notable ones?
I mean, I probably played the most shows with the Pleasers and met a lot of my heroes and stuff playing shows with the Pleasers. But Bland's was my first band. That was the one you saw the most. That was really fun.
Yeah, with Dylan.
Yeah.
Man, it would be cool to get y'all to do a couple songs, but he's so far away and.
Yeah, I'd like to. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, but so what's some of your favorite like musical content to consume? Movies, books, entertainment of any sorts?
I read a lot. I like old horror movies.
Oh, what's some of your favorite old ones?
Like Plan 9 from Outer Space. I mean, it's not even a horror movie. It's not even a good movie.
It's like a sci-fi.
Yeah. Really like shows like Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone's probably my favorite show.
What about some of your favorite books?
Favorite books? This is kind of a guilty pleasure, but Joseph Delaney put out a book series called The Last Apprentice, and I have like all of them. There's like probably 20 of them.
Actually, I think I've heard of The Last Apprentice before.
Yeah. They made a shitty movie out of it, but the books are really good.
What would you say your favorite alcohol is?
Favorite alcohol? Probably Deep Eddy Lemon Vodka.
See, I can't do vodka. Not my thing.
Yeah.
Not my thing at all.
I can't do whiskey. I made myself way too sick. You can ask Dylan. He was there. Yeah. Like, there's even pictures of me asleep in the driveway.
Wait, at the
old Fannin house?
Yellow Fannin or Holding Cell?
Holding Cell.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah. It's on my 21st birthday. I can't drink whiskey after that.
Ooh, that would be a gnarly experience.
Yeah.
I miss that place.
Yeah.
What would you say your favorite instrument brand is?
Favorite instrument brand? Probably Gibson.
Gibson? Any specific models that you just love?
I have an old, I think it's Alpine White Gibson SG that I toured with the most with the Pleasers, and that's like, I'll probably be buried with that guitar.
How long have you had it?
Since like 2018, mid 2018.
Oh man, that's always a good one.
Yeah.
I like the Gibsons.
Traded a Fender for it. So
Huh?
I said I traded a Fender for it. So,
Yeah. Which Fender?
Jaguar.
The one that you had whenever you were at the Holden Cell?
Yeah, the one I played with in Bland. So.
Okay, yeah, I remember that Jaguar. What other jobs have you had other than being a musician?
What other jobs? Well, I'm a bartender right now for a day job.
Easy money.
Yeah, easy money. I mean, long hours. You have to do a lot.
Where are you working?
I'm bartending at a place called Uncle Nicky's right now. It's like an Italian bar, restaurant.
It's like, yeah, I'm the uncle.
Yeah. I mean, like, you don't know how many fucking times I've heard the joke. Oh, what's your name, Nicky? Oh, are you Uncle Nicky? No.
You just need to start being like, yeah,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and also I bar back at a place called Far Out Lounge, which is a really cool music venue in South Austin.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How long have you been at those locations?
Uncle Nicky's for probably 8 months now, and I just started the Far Out Lounge last week, so yeah, I'm very busy these days.
What's some of your biggest influences?
Biggest influences, like musically?
Yeah.
Let's see. Probably Dan Sartain is a big one. Rest in peace. I like the New York Dolls, Dead Boys, a lot of like 70s New York punk. Like a lot of 90s stuff, like Nirvana. You know, I like Nirvana.
Yeah. Well, the people on the
pleasure.
internet don't know our history.
Yeah.
I've known him for quite a few years.
Yeah, he's known me for over half my life, and he actually taught me how to play guitar. So.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
He was my first student.
Oh, was I? Oh.
Yeah, you were my first student.
Yeah.
Now I'm still teaching today. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
So apparently you didn't scare me away. Not that
bad.
bad. So what non-musical inspirations do you get from media? Like what kind of stuff do you take and bring into your writing? Like, you know, any of the books that like you like to think about or anything like that?
Probably not books, but I really like dark imagery, you know? I like art that makes you feel something, whether it's like happiness or anger or sadness, or it makes you uncomfortable.
Any specific artists that you can think of?
Mm.
First one that comes to mind is like H.R. Geiger.
Yeah, like Kubrick, a lot of Kubrick stuff. Like Clockwork Orange. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
it's art, you know?
Yeah.
I like to make people think.
About what?
Just whatever I'm talking about, whatever the subject is. Yeah.
So, is guitar the first instrument you ever played, or you play anything before that?
I played drums in high school for like the school band. I wasn't very good at it though.
Still something to do.
Guitar was always something I wanted to do, so yeah.
What was some of the musicians that made you want to learn guitar? Obviously, Kurt Cobain from
yeah,
Nirvana.
Kurt Cobain. Jay Retard was a big one.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was gifted Blood Visions when I was 12 with my cousin we just met. That record kind of changed my life, so yeah.
What year was that? Shit.
Fuck.
What year did you start taking lessons?
2008. When did I start taking lessons from you?
How old were you?
I was 13, 14.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah.
Getting old.
Yeah, we're getting old.
So what's the first album that you can really listen to or that you remember listening to on repeat?
First album. First album I ever bought was probably Mudhoney Super Fuzz Big Muff. That was a really good record. I still have that record.
And is that the first one you bought, or like I'm talking about like it could be a cassette or like first thing that like whenever you had a CD player for the first time, like the first thing that you like early on.
Early on.
Yeah.
I think the first one that I had that.
My first one was a cassette of Space Jam. It came with the it came with a cassette player.
I never had cassettes when I was younger. I was born just in time for CDs.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fine. What would you say like the first CD that you like wore the fuck out was?
Probably the second Gorillaz record.
Yeah, good one. That's a good one.
I'm not that big of a fan of them anymore, but when you're like 10 years old.
Well, you can still like the music and stuff and not, oh, I have to love the Gorillaz. And only
exactly.
Like, there's varieties.
Yeah, I wore that thing out.
Oh, man. This is a question that I know I can ask because I know you're into them. What's your favorite firearm?
Favorite firearm?
We all grew up in Texas, so.
Probably an AK-47. Yeah, I like
Russian
Russian
guns. What he was doing when he built that
I like
thing.
Russian guns. Like a VSS Venturas, that'd be cool to own, but.
FAL would be nice.
Yeah.
But what's a song you fucking hate?
A song I fucking hate. I hate a lot of songs. Song I hate the most. That's a tough one. Probably like Anything by Journey. Any band of that vein.
All you gotta hear is the boo doo doo doo.
Yeah. I hate that cock rock.
Alright, so what was the first song that we heard?
First song that you heard? That was actually a cover song. Yeah.
It's just called Untitled?
Well, it was an unreleased Dan Sartain song that after he died, his brother posted it on YouTube, a video of him playing that, and it was never released or nothing like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's a deep cut then.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give you can come sit down. Go ahead and give an introduction. This is the cousin that we had spoken of. So, you want to say your name?
This is Aaron.
Yeah, I'm Aaron Barker. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, he went on a beer run while we got started.
Yeah. I'm surprised I found this place again because all these houses look the same, dude. So.
Oh yeah, you could have just asked for the address.
I should
Good
have
job.
before I left. I know.
Yeah, good job.
I came back. Dude.
It is like suburbia hell in this neighborhood.
That's all good.
All right, so the first song was the Untitled cover by who?
Dan Sartain.
Dan Sartain.
Yeah.
Okay. Was the second song that we're about to move into?
What was that? What was it? I forget.
Oh.
No more time.
He was making up names for these as he was going.
Yeah, like I just started this project.
Like what was the chorus to it?
I'm fucking brain fart.
Well, list off the ones you did.
So we did the Untitled one, and then the second one wasn't the one I was about to get to.
No, that's the third
That
one.
was third.
Yeah.
One. Fuck it.
Something about you or You Take Me or?
Oh, Take Me Home. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a minute, so this has been like an hour after we recorded these. So.
Okay, so anything notable about Take Me Home?
Not really. It's just a song I wrote.
When did you write it?
How did I write it?
When
did I write it? Probably like 2 months ago, maybe 3. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a lot of songs that I've written, but I don't have a project to put them to.
That's fair. Anything that's specifically inspired for this one?
Well, I went through a pretty bad breakup. I mean, I hate the typical, ooh, girl broke my heart.
Hey, it's a...
So
the reason it's a tale is all the time.
But yeah, I mean...
Alright, so you're listening to Nicky. You're about to hear Take Me Home. We'll be right back.
I find a way to take me home, away from you, away from me. It's not a place that you can't see where I will be alone, where I can't be alone. You wish you were nice to me, all my love for you to see. I hope it hurts you bad, 'cause now you'll be alone, 'cause now you'll be alone. You know my pain, you'll be alone. You know my pain, you'll be alone. Oh. I found a way to take me home, away from you, away from me. It's not a place that you can't see where I will be alone, where I will be alone. You wish you were nice to me, all that blood for you to see. I hope it hurts you bad, 'cause now you'll be alone, 'cause now you'll be alone. You know my pain, you'll be alone. You know my pain, you'll be alone. Oh.
Welcome back to Audio Carnage Podcast. You just heard Take Me Home by Nicky. So, what's the worst game that you ever played?
First gig that I ever played. Shit myself on stage one time.
Were you wearing the tiny whities?
No. No, but y'all are the first people I've ever told, so...
It's an
Yeah,
exclusive.
you're hearing it now.
So where was
I'm not
this?
going to tell you which show it was, but...
I want to know.
I think it was at Three Links one time when I was in band, so I ate some fuzzy tacos next door. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, and you yell a little too hard.
That is one of the like unspoken fears of every musician. Is like right as you're about to go up on set and be like, oh shit, I got shit.
Yeah, I think he did the same thing one time too.
I did have a show. I had to I was on the bath salts and
Really?
yeah. It was back in the day, full and I thought I farted, but I sharted, and I ended up throwing those underwear away and doing that show without underwear on. So yeah.
Oh man.
And,
Put the crusty crust from.
and back then I was doing a lot of cocaine, and cocaine will make you shit yourself sometimes if you're not careful.
That's what they cut it with, fool.
Yeah.
I gotta get better drugs. So, what's your favorite of your own songs? Doesn't have to be for this.
Favorite of my own songs. I think it's The World Is Out to Get You, that one that's coming up next, I think, right? Yeah. I like that one a lot.
Reason?
It just
It's a
feels,
good song.
Yeah,
Just scratches the itch.
Yeah, it just feels honest. Yeah.
So,
Didn't make it for anybody else.
You didn't answer my call.
Thanks, we're doing this.
Yeah, right.
you knew we were doing this.
I know, but at the same time, I thought
That is fair.
I thought it was lost.
You should have texted and you should have texted back.
But it's all good.
There is some form of communication.
I'm just giving him hell.
So, if you could open up for any musician, alive or dead, who would you?
That's a good question.
It'd be a tie between Jay Retard or Dan Sartain or Kurt Cobain.
One of his other the weird projects that he had would be cool too.
Which one?
I can't remember what the fuck it was called. It wasn't the Nirvana project. I might be wrong. I just remember this list of fucking songs that I was like, wait, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I feel like, are you talking about Kurt Cobain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had a couple different bands.
Yeah, I can't. It was something that was like, yeah, it was like, just had his name on it, and then it had like a list of, it's like diaries or secrets.
There's like Fecal Matter, which was the first project.
Maybe. I can't remember it all.
86, 87.
I just remember seeing the thing and be like, what the fuck is this? What's your favorite song to perform though?
Favorite song to perform? It'd have to be one of the Pleasers songs, because that band was really fun.
Were you doing vocals for that?
Yeah. Let's see.
You didn't play guitar?
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, guitar and vocals.
I never saw that band, which
Me either.
I feel remorse.
I was trying to get them on the
Yeah.
podcast, but then whatever happened.
Yeah, we broke up.
I mean, that's what happens, huh?
Yeah.
It was like getting dumped almost. But let's see, favorite song to play with them is probably what was it called? I think it was called Alienation. That was a really good song. I liked it. I wouldn't call that band a party band, but that band was just a big party. You know, that's what it felt like.
That's fair.
Yeah.
There are bands that are party bands, but like there are bands that are like no, everywhere they go it is a party.
Yeah, and I put that band together out of bands, like older bands that I like.
Yeah.
Like the Boozers out of Dallas, Tracy Adams played bass with the Pleasers, and Nick Dagovitz from the Brides out of Chicago, like the 90s, or like Gunner and Hozak bands. And yeah, it was cool to be in a band with my peers, you know. So.
Do you have like a favorite of the local acts that like it could be bands that aren't together anymore, or a band that is together?
Leche.
Yeah, I was about to say Leche. They're badass. If you haven't checked out Leche, check out Leche. They're from Austin.
I've never heard of them.
I don't like to say I'm hard to impress, but I'm hard to impress. And they were the only, like, out of my time living in Denton, I saw them play a house show, and out of my time in Denton, they were the only band that made me like take a step back and go, whoa, like these guys are doing something. Yeah, I mean now I know them. At the time I didn't.
You should reach out to them and tell them to come up here and do an episode.
Oh yeah, they'd probably be down for that.
Because I mean, Austin's a little bit of a trip, but like 3 hours and still getting music videos and interview, it tends to be a little bit worth it. I've had a couple bands come up from Austin to do it. Now, granted, they try to usually book it at the same time and have like a gig.
Yeah, and they have a label called Digital Hot Dogs that they have a bunch of other bands like Borzoi on.
Which is a great name.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, I assume they would like to be on your podcast.
I'm just trying to find any and everybody that is word of mouth tends to be how I find more acts.
Yeah.
Like I find musicians that I respect and like, oh, well, tell me who you know that you're like, oh, do this. That tends to be a good way to get the approval of that prior band. If somebody they know and work with, it has been on it already.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bands that don't even get a chance to release a record, you know, and they're really fucking good.
Yeah.
They just don't get the opportunity to. Or it's
Yeah,
not
it costs
cheap.
money.
Yeah, it's not cheap, man. I mean, even to print 200 vinyl, it's like $20 $1,200 to like $1,800.
Yeah, because small. Well, the cheapest way to do it is to buy your own plate and then find a local shop to press it for you. Because then you can just do it for the materials. But like it's expensive because you got to get your own plate engraved. If you buy the plate, the plate's only like $200. But then you have the plate. Or I might be wrong. It might be like a little bit more than that. But whenever I was looking it up, like the actual pressing plate wasn't nearly as much. And then you deal with it afterwards.
Yeah.
You take that into the shop, hey, press this.
Yeah, exactly.
And they just have to worry about material costs and time.
Yeah, I'm pretty lazy though, so if I have the money, then I like to have it just
Most definitely.
and shipped to me. Yeah.
See, I want a vinyl, but I don't like my guitarist Sam is. I mean, I say it extreme. He might not be as extreme as I said. He's militantly against vinyl. He's just like, it's so stupid. We have phones now. It takes up so much space.
We probably have an absolute, completely opposite view on.
But I want my band to have an actual pressing,
the best way
like
to
a physical.
Music. It's a physical.
I wouldn't say it's the best way. It is a good way, and also it forces you to hear the story that the artist is telling. Whereas, like, you know, when you're driving in the car, it's like, oh, I want to hear this song.
Forward.
Yeah. Wait, and then the next, it's like, I'm not really feeling this one. I'm gonna skip. Whereas with a vinyl, it's a whole process.
It's a piece of art.
Yeah, you need a buffer.
If you can really appreciate art, vinyl is the way to go.
Also, I really like how it's mastered different. You have to master it different because you can't do as wide of frequency range.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we go into our next song, what song did you lose your virginity to? You said you could tell us right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't lose my virginity to it, but there was a few times.
That's not the question.
Like, you invite somebody over and you're like...
Okay, your booty popping song, gotcha.
Yeah. My booty popping song, yeah.
Alright.
No, I mean...
That's funny.
Like, when you asked me that question, I had a very vivid memory of fucking someone to Jay Retard's Blood Vision, and it's not a record you would fuck.
It's not romantic.
Yeah, it's like you kind of get sidetracked. I'm dead serious, man. She's
Come
probably
on, Nicky.
watching this and laughing or
Come on,
pissed
Nicky.
off that I'm telling the stories.
No, you assume I have viewers.
Yeah, true. Well, I'll share it.
So we're going into song 3. You said this was one of your favorites. What was it? What song?
The world is out to get you.
Yes. Alright, so we will be right back. You are still hearing Nicky.
This world is out for you. No matter what you say, this world is out to get you. This world is out to get you. This world is out for you. You have to be real tough. You have to get real mean. The world is out to get you. This world is out for you. This world is out for you. So why even try?
Welcome back to Audio Carnage Podcast. You just heard Nicky, This World Is Out to Get You. So, do you have any family members that played instruments growing up?
My grandpa played guitar, but I never met him.
Do you know what like kind of style he played or anything?
Country, western music, yodeled a lot.
Any other family members?
That guy.
Yeah.
What's some of the bands that you've been in?
I was in, I had a solo thing in the beginning, and like a one-man band kind of thing, you know, rock and roll. And then I was in the Street Arabs for like 6 or 7 years. And I had a band called the Eggshells, and Nicky played bass in that band for a while.
I remember him
Bass
telling
and
me
then
about that.
guitar.
Yeah.
Are you currently playing with anybody?
No, I took a, you know, with COVID and everything, I took a kind of a hiatus, you know, like, and
You should at least get back to writing if you haven't been
well,
writing.
I've got a little space in my house, you know, like, that I've been,
Then where's Jimmy Hat? Has a kid now.
yeah, I had a child, so, like,
okay.
he's amazing, you know, like, we make music together and whatnot, but it's just,
How old is he?
he's 3.5.
Fun age.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, it's a time I'll never get back. It's like the best time.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
right before they start talking back.
well, yeah, you know, it is what it is. He's pretty cool.
So you said you had a question for Nick.
Yeah, like, so, in my personal opinion, I think this is probably, first of all, it's a lot different from the stuff that you've done before.
Yeah. I'm not,
It's a lot different.
not dancing
Closer to
around.
country. Way closer to country than
Yeah.
I've ever.
Is it?
Well, I mean, it's singer songwriter.
I'm talking like some old country.
Yeah.
Like Stormrider.
But,
or
like, it's so different, and I think it's probably some of
Riders
the
on
best
the
stuff
Sun
that you've
motherfucker.
done. But what happened? Where did this come from?
That is a good question. Where did like your change of like artistic style, like you went from like the more grunge punk esque into this?
Well, I'm not 16 anymore.
That's fair, but like
And I know you've done like a lot of self-reflection, and you know, like, and you're thinking about music and music history, and it's a lot.
I mean, I've always thought about that, you know.
I know.
oh, when did your like music taste change?
I don't think it's ever changed. I just.
It really hasn't changed, but
Mm.
what he's playing is different. So, where did it come from? You didn't just
I
shit
guess-
that out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I kind of did.
No.
But
Yeah, that's really so we can talk about this.
yeah. And I took a shit on stage, and then these songs were just there. No, but I mean, in bands, I started writing those songs when I was like 16. You know, when you're 16, you don't know how to write a fucking song.
Also,
I mean,
you're angsty.
some of them do, like, but I didn't, and it was just me figuring it out. And with the Pleasers, it was like,
a party band. You
yeah,
already
just
said.
me
Yeah,
trying to be
yeah.
Iggy Pop, you know, and yeah, I mean, I'm just being myself.
Nicky,
Yeah.
that's cool, man.
So do you have any shows coming up?
March 26th in Deep Ellum at Cheap Steaks with the Mullins.
Very nice.
If you haven't heard of the Mullins, they're one of my favorite bands out of Texas. Their 1994 record, their first record's really good. It's yeah.
So what is our final song that we're gonna be hearing?
Let's see. What do we call that one? I'm forgetting my own fucking songs.
What's the chorus to it?
I think it was I Once Loved You.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It's a really good song too.
I'm really hungover right now, if you can't tell.
And
I'm on
this is
my
my
last
fourth
leg.
project
Yeah.
within 2 days, so this has been a long ass weekend. And apparently they partied way more harder than they should have without inviting me. Then
You ever puke up rumplements?
you.
Nick.
So speaking of that, I Once Loved You. Where did that come from?
Kind of the same thing. A lot of these songs I've written. I mean, my best way of dealing with my emotions is to write about it, you know. And everybody processes shit differently. And that was my way to process over losing somebody. So yeah.
That's fair.
I think it's self-explanatory with the
Yeah,
title.
yeah. The title is for. It could have been about tacos. You might have developed a corn allergy. You can't have
True. Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, I used to love Doritos, but yeah, not anymore.
All right. So where can we find you? Like on social media? You got any artists that you think people should check out? Like,
So my address is 2512 Durwood Street, apartment 209. Austin, Texas, 78704. You want to come hang out? Come hang out. If I can send me something in the mail.
Mail's cool. Mail
Yeah,
is
send
cool.
me some mail.
Yeah.
My phone number is 214-435-1445. I'm going to have to change that, probably.
That's an easy one to change.
The 3 people watching this are going to be like, hey, let's prank call this motherfucker. Yeah. But in all seriousness,
Don't call him.
yeah.
Don't call
I don't
him.
answer any phones.
Yeah.
or any-
Text, obviously. He's not old.
Please don't send me pictures of your dick.
Okay. Where's my phone?
He's trying to use reverse psychology. He actually wants you to.
Dick pics
So
are
where can we
hilarious.
find your music?
My music? Well, I don't have anything recorded right now.
Well, it could be for the other projects or anything that you might want to promote.
See, I took all the Pleaser stuff offline because it was a pretty bad breakup, I'd say. And I was really pissed off at those guys for a long time.
Fair enough.
I mean, I love them, obviously. I mean, we're on speaking terms now, but when it happened, it was kind of like a big blow up, and I moved to Seattle like the next week. So,
Fair enough.
yeah. Bland's, that stuff's on Bandcamp.
Is there any acts that you want people to look up?
Like for my stuff?
I mean, it could be other artists that you want people to check out.
Hey y'all, we saw a monkey last night at the bar.
We did. I don't remember it.
Like an actual monkey?
Yes,
Yeah,
there was
dude.
a monkey at the bar.
Yeah, I know
dude.
that you can. There's ways to legally own them here.
Well, it was
Texas is pretty
I don't
fun.
know.
a tiny little monkey, but motherfucker had a monkey at the bar.
I barely remember it.
It's a great
but
talking point.
The
I
thing I
know,
remember is like I was really fucking drunk and I asked the people if I could take a picture of the monkey. And like
He
was
liked
it
Nicky.
was a cool concept until the monkey like grabbed my hand and I was like, oh, did I just fuck up? Like, oh, it's a real thing, you know, it's a monkey.
But yeah, literally.
It felt
dude.
like a little human touching me. Just want to take it home with me.
Give him string cheese.
Alright. So you've been hearing Nicky. We're about to go into I Once Loved You. Guys, thank you so much for coming this way and doing the episode. It's always a blast.
Thanks
to
for
be able
having me.
Get to
It's
hear
good to see you.
Likewise, you need to come over and just hang out and bullshit more.
Yeah, definitely, man.
But at this point, we are out of here because junk food and sleep is needed for everybody in this room.
Yeah.
All right.
You once gave your love to me, but now another has it, I can't see. I saw you with another, and I can't help but to hate you now. Yes, I can't help but to hate you now. I guess I once loved you, but now I hate you. I guess I once loved you, but now I hate you. I guess I once loved you. Those memories replay in my head. They'll replay till the day that I am dead. Those memories will replay till the day I